This video, I just want to get into something that I've been thinking a lot about, something I've been using within my own life, and something that I think if you guys use as well and you use it properly, can help you guys get more done, be more productive in whatever it is that you guys do. All right, what up? So appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys are new here, hit the subscribe button. If you guys have constantly been watching these videos, would really appreciate if you guys hit the like button. Really helps out a lot. But like I said, something that I've been thinking about a lot, something I've been utilizing, and that thing is a constraint. Now, a constraint is just something that limits certain actions or possibilities. Now, a constraint is something that I use on the court commonly as a basketball trainer, but also something that I've utilized in my own life to get more done, be more productive. Now, to give you guys an example of how I've used this to get more done is I've recently just launched a shooting course, and I started working on it about a year ago, right? Started it, just put it to the side a little bit, right? Pick it back up a couple months later, same thing, start, put it to the side. Now, part of it was I didn't have a deadline, I didn't have any urgency, I didn't have any real reason to get it done. There was no constraint in place. I just had all the time in the world, and again, like I said, it created no urgency, it created no real reason to get it done. So what I did was I implemented a constraint. Right around middle of the summer, I was like, you know what, I want to get this done. So I put a constraint in place. That constraint was time, right? I said September 15th, I want to get this done and get it out. So because I put that constraint in place, it created some urgency. It gave me a reason to get it done. Now with that, I'm sure you guys, okay, how do you stick to that? Just because you say it doesn't mean you're going to stick to it. One way that I combated that was I put it out there publicly, right? So I put it out on social media, shooting course coming soon. Now that's going to give me peer pressure and utilize it to my advantage. People are gonna be, oh, where's the shooting course? So why didn't you drop it, right? If you don't have a place to put it out publicly like that, you guys can obviously tell people, or your close friends, your family, whatever it is, and they're gonna hold you to that. Oh, I thought you said you're gonna drop the shooting course, where is it? And now that you know people are going to be on you about it or asking you about it, again, it creates even more urgency and a reason to get it done. Now, I knew I wanted to do it. It's not that I just did that just so I can get something done. I knew I wanted to do it, so I knew to create a little more urgency and reason for me to complete it, I had to put that constraint in place. So if there's something that you guys want to get done, just put a simple constraint, right? You have all day to work out. Say, I got to get my workout done, and then create some urgency. Tell your friend, yo, meet me at the gym at this time. It's going to force you to get there to get it done, right? So there's a lot of different ways you can implement constraints to get certain things done. But another really good way that I've utilized constraints is with goals. So you guys can set realistic goals, and that will give you essentially realistic outcomes. Now, one thing that I've used is set kind of way out there goals. And there's one really good thing that this will do for you, right? So that constraint is the goal. That's what you guys are after. You're going to self-organize to that goal. So because you set that huge goal, it's going to force you to think a little bit differently, to move a little bit differently, to find different solutions that you wouldn't have thought of if you set that normal, realistic goal. So one way that I did this was like two years ago, I think it was. I set a goal that was very unrealistic for the time being. And because I set that goal, I was trying to break it down. Okay, how can I get to that goal? What would I have to do to get to that? And because I went through that process of breaking it down, okay, what would I have to do to get there? And then I started realizing that what I was doing right now wasn't going to get me to that goal. So I had to find new solutions. And because I found that new solution, I started creating an online program that can make me money more passively and things like that. So that's just a brief example that you guys can take and use, but because you set that bigger goal and that constraint is a little bit different, you have to find solutions and self-organize and figure out a way to get to that. And because you're going through that process, you find new solutions that you most likely would have never thought of otherwise. And this isn't just all about, okay, get more done, be more productive, just grind, grind, grind. It's also a way to enjoy your life a little bit more, right? Say you have a certain amount of work to get done for the day, and you could take all day to do it, just kind of work a little bit, take a break, work all day, take a break, right? But if you set a constraint, a hard deadline, I'm done work at 6 or at 7, you put all that work into a shorter time frame, and then when you're not working, when that constraint is done, right, when you stop work at 7 or whatever it is that you might be doing, now you can enjoy that time where you're not working. So it's not just about grind, grind, grind. It's also about being able to enjoy the time that you don't have, to work and work harder when you're working, but also to rest when you should be resting. So this is something that I use across my life in a whole bunch of different areas, as you guys can see, to get more done, be more productive, to set deadlines for myself, to set goals for myself. It might be a weekly goal, a yearly goal, a monthly goal. And when you set those constraints, you start to ask questions. You start to move a little bit different, right? Say you have a goal of accumulating a certain amount of money. If you don't have a certain goal or a certain deadline. You're just gonna move freely and spend freely. Say I have a constraint of spending $500 a week or a month. You're gonna start to find solutions. Okay, how can I save money? How can I spend less? Okay, I didn't have to buy that before. I was buying it, but I didn't really need to. And the way that you found that is because you set a constraint. So there's so many different ways you can do it. Another way that I'm gonna try to implement is to only live off the money that I make online, because that's kind of a weaker area of making money online for me. That's gonna force me to find solutions. Okay, how can I make more money online? How can I be smarter in that area to accelerate that process? And then everything that I make from the gym, I'm just putting back into the gym. So there's so many ways that this can be implemented. Again, a little bit of a ramble, but something that I've been thinking about trying to utilize the best that I can, and something that I think if you guys utilize correctly can see absolutely huge results from, and obviously just live an overall better life. So appreciate you guys for watching. Again, if you stuck to the end, please hit the like button, please subscribe, helps a ton, helps the channel grow, helps us to continue to do this, trying to get 2 uploads out per week for you guys going forward. So appreciate your guys' support. Comment if you guys like the video, what you want to see. See you in the next video.